Hey friends, how's it going? Ash here, welcome back to Gents. Hope you're well. This is how tall I am in real life, when I'm not wearing my tall boots. Dang it! Today we're talking about blue fragrances. Put the boots on. Everybody loves blue fragrances. Why? I'll tell you why. You can wear those SOBs anytime, anywhere, anyplace. That's called versatility. Second, pretty much everybody likes them. Your normal person out there who doesn't have way too many fragrances, I don't know anybody like that. They love that stuff, man. Third off, compliments. You get a lot of them. And today we're focusing in on number 3 there. Some of the top compliment getting blue fragrances that you can get your grubby hands on. All of them are gonna be linked down below. Let's get it kicked off with kind of a weird one. It's Le Male in the navy. Yeah, I haven't busted this one out in a minute. It popped back up at some discounter, so you know, it's available again. For now, knock on wood, fake wood, crack the table. Now, a couple things you need to know about this fragrance. This was pretty much a limited edition run, and it came out close to 10 years ago. I think it was like 2018-ish. So mathematically, that was 8 years ago. I'm a genius. I just figured that out in my head. And here's the crazy thing. This, to me, smells better than Le Male in blue. Yeah, you know, the new Le Male fragrance that literally has blue in the name and is a bright blue bottle that was supposed to compete, at least that's how it looks, with all the big blue fragrances out there. Yeah, the discontinued one from going on a decade ago smells better to most people. So there's that. Now, a really simple way to think about this one is that it smells kind of like Versace Eros if it were more aquatic and less heavy on the sweetness, giving it more of that blue kind of vibe overall. Not an absolute monster in terms of performance, and this is before Le Male blew back up again with Le Parfum. Around this time frame, they were putting out basically one limited edition release per year, usually like a summertime type vibe. And that was pretty much it. You know, they would come out and people would go, oh yeah, that's not too bad. And then it would disappear again. This one smells really nice. People do like it a ton. Nobody really has it anymore unless they were collecting stuff close to a decade ago. But yeah, solid stuff. And I wanted to feature it because, you know, I don't get to talk about it ever. Because if I talk about something that's discontinued and impossible to find, people, they try to chase me down with pitchforks and torches. How dare you talk about that? I can't even find it, you moron. I'm sorry. I'm like Simple Jack. If you know, you know. Now this next fragrance does not come in a blue bottle like this one does. So, you know, easy to go, oh, blue. But it accomplishes the same stuff that blue fragrances do, letting you know that blue is a frame of mind or something. I don't know. MYSLF. This is the original Eau de Parfum. And this is like the modern day blue fragrance. Because at their hearts, blue fragrances are made to be worn, as I said, in just about any situation. Supreme versatility. They're usually done in a very contemporary, modern way. So whatever is popular in the moment, they do a twist on that. And they're those type of just easygoing fragrances that don't really try to like push the boundaries of what people are accepting in their fragrances. They're just trying to get right in that sweet spot. Whatever you like, baby, that's what they're trying to be. And that's what this does, to a T. So it has orange blossom in here, it has bergamot, it also has amberfix and technically like a touch of patchouli. That's how you say it apparently, patchouli. And dude, this thing kicked off a whole rush of fragrances that want to smell like myself, the fragrance. Which by the way, when this came out, check this out, MYSLF. M for male, YSL, F for female, like a unisex fragrance, but obviously marketed toward men. Like I was saying though, MYSLF, just so popular. A lot of fragrances have come out after this one that smell quite similar to it. And the reason it is so popular is people buy it and they rebuy it and they rebuy it. Reason for that, compliments galore. There's no quicker way to have people purchase something than to have them buy it and wear it and then have a lot of people go, what are you wearing? Because then they immediately go, oh, I've hit the jackpot. I have to buy 50 bottles. And on a couple of these, I'm gonna do cheaper, affordable versions. There is also Noir. This is by Zamaya. Check that out. It's like a similar style as far as the coloration, but then they gave it angel wings because, I don't know. But this smells quite similar to this. So if you're looking for a cheaper inspired by scent, this is a nice version of that. One I've been talking about a little bit lately, this right here, Ocean Noir Parfum by Michael Malul. Now, of course, I work with this brand. I have 2 new fragrances coming out real soon. Arashi Reef, French Quarter. Those are the 2 I creatively directed. They're gonna be dropping real soon. Same bottle style and everything. Be more info on that soon. But yeah, Ocean Noir Parfum, one of their newest releases, and this stuff slaps. The original Ocean Noir, a lot of people love that stuff, gets a whole bunch of hype, and it's a really good scent. It's like a somewhat deeper, slightly darker, hence the name, aquatic scent profile. Got a cool note breakdown, coconut, tangelo, stuff like that going on. The Parfum version is better. It projects more, it lasts longer, it smells higher quality, and the price difference between this one and the other one, at least at full retail, is like 10 bucks. So at least to my own taste, I think the Parfum just takes, you know, what the original did and kind of turns it up to 11. Awesome stuff. I'd say the best blue scent that Michael Malul has outside of this one. This is South Slope. This is one I creatively directed. I just had to throw that in there. Now I do have a code at Michael Malul's website, so you can use that to save money if you buy anything from there. But check this out. I got codes for a bunch of stores, mine. And they are in the description. You can just copy paste those, or you can see them on your screen right here and just commit them to the old memory banks. So we got JOMASHOP, Fragflex, the Perfume Box, Beauty House, and many more stores. Anytime you shop at those places, use those codes. The next one, Dylan Blue. For a while, it was cool to hate on Dylan Blue. Like, this was a little bit of a punching bag. I think nowadays, most people have come around to realize that for the price point, Dylan Blue is one of the best bang for your buck blue fragrances out there. Best bang buck blue, that's a quad B. Pretty affordable. It's done by Alberto Marias. You can wear this year round, daytime or evening. And it's a big compliment puller, way more than it originally got credit for, though like I said, a lot of people have come around to really love this one, maybe even more so than the big dogs out there. And when we're talking about big dog blue fragrances, there's really 3 of them. And I'm gonna drop them all right here all at once. Why EDP? Bleu de Chanel, EDP. Sauvage, EDP. For most people, that's the 3-headed monster right there. The eau de parfum version of the 3 biggest blue fragrances in the world. And the reason that they are the 3 biggest is kind of like I was saying with YSL myself, people love them. They come back to them, they repurchase them over and over and over again. And to be clear, these 3 right here are basically 3 of the top 5 best-selling men's fragrances in the world, and they have been ever since they came out. Now, Bleu de Chanel was the first, talking about the eau de toilette, and then Sauvage after that, and Y after that. Now, between these 3, Y eau de parfum is gonna be the biggest melding of fresh and sweet together at the same time. Sauvage is going to be a little bit bolder, a little bit more aggressive, more ambroxany, but the eau de parfum is smoothed out compared to the eau de toilette. This one has a nice vanilla note in there. Bleu de Chanel is gonna be the classiest of the 3. It's the most refined, it's the most grown up. All 3 work extremely well. Of the 3, the one that I've personally worn the most is actually Y. The Y lineup, Y EDP, Y Le Parfum, before it was discontinued, the original version, I mean. Even Y Eau de Toilette, super solid, Y Live. So I gravitate a little bit more towards that personally. But if I was wearing it to a more formal occasion, I would go Bleu de Chanel. And if I was just wanting to be noticed, like the strongest of these, go Sauvage. And in terms of sales, Sauvage is the best seller, Bleu de Chanel second best, Y third best. If you wanted a cheaper dupe of the Bleu de Chanel, I would go Armaf Club de Nuit Iconic. Just drop that down like an anvil, like an Acme bottle. This is probably the most well-known inspired by fragrance of the Bleu de Chanel, and I would go with the original Iconic over the new version, the X-Straight. Just think overall better bang for buck. Let's go with the newer one, Ralph's Club New York right here, Ralph Lauren. Another one that's not technically in a blue bottle, though stuff like Bleu de Chanel is like, that's a deep blue, man. That's like a deep navy-ish blue, not even navy. It's dark. So who cares? Technically, the bluest fragrance up here is the Le Male, and I guess Dylan Blue. So yeah, this one is not in a blue bottle, but is it still a blue fragrance? Yes, in terms of how it comes across, because it's that type of scent that's made just to be worn daytime, evening, any season, doesn't matter. And we're technically stretching the rules a little bit, so who cares? Opening here smells fantastic. The black currant gives it a really nice, interesting twist that makes it its own. As it dries down, fresh, modern woods keep it very classy and clean. And it's a big time compliment puller at a price that's not too bad. Ralph Lauren, for the most part, keeps their prices more normal compared to a lot of other designer houses. I guess that's what we'll go with, normal, because prices keep going. Now I want to throw it to one that's maybe not quite as well known, although if you know fragrances really well, then you're gonna know this one. It is Cool Water, but the Parfum version. This one is really affordable at discounters, so you're not gonna have to pay all that much money to pick it up. The performance is pretty solid as well, and it smells a little bit similar to Sauvage Eau de Toilette. In terms of the note breakdown, it is a goofified note breakdown, and by that I mean it is a super simplistic modern note breakdown where they put in zero effort. Lemon, pink pepper, vetiver, and sandalwood. Wow, how exciting, said no one ever. There will come a day, there will come a day, there will come a day, where the note breakdowns are full again. I hope for a world where my children don't have to look at a 3-note note breakdown. This one technically has 4, but yeah, close enough. So yeah, longevity on this stuff's solid. You can get an entire day or evening's wear out of this without too much hassle. Not gonna break the bank, and it's gonna pull you similar attention to Sauvage EDT, though it is not as loud as far as projection goes as that one. So if you're looking for just straight up like aggressiveness, still go with the Eau de Toilette version of Sauvage over this. But if you don't mind having it a little bit more reined in, check that out. Up next, this right here. This is Born in Roma, just the original. Nowadays, when it comes to Valentino, it's all about all the flankers of this one. Born in Roma Intense, or Extra Dose, or the new Purple Melancholia, Coral Fantasy, Yellow Dream. All of those somewhat questionably named flankers. Or maybe it's just Yellow Dream is the only really super questionable one. The original Born in Roma here, though, kicked off that entire line, and it still is one of the better blue style fragrances out there if you're looking for compliments. And that's because it smells similar to Paco Rabanne's Invictus, which is also really solid. Invictus, though, is sweeter than Born in Roma. This has more of a minerality to it, which makes it smell a little more modern for most people compared to the original Invictus. Now, you may be bored to death of the Invictus DNA, and that's because it is all over the place. You know, there are a bunch of clone fragrances that smell similar to it, other designer fragrances that smell similar to it, like this one. But the fact of the matter is the Invictus DNA, that sweet plus fresh combination works extremely well. And with this one having the sweetness reined in a little bit and having that minerality added in, I think it's superior, and I would go for that one. Acqua di Gio Profondo Eau de Parfum. That is a blue bottle. Not that it matters. Acqua di Gio Profondo to me is the perfect spring and summer focused version of Acqua di Gio right now. I would not go for the Eau de Toilette. I think the Eau de Parfum is better. I would not go for the Parfum. I think the Parfum actually is not great. I'm saying Profondo Parfum. Acqua di Gio Parfum without the Profondo, that's really good. But this does the Acqua di Gio DNA in a very modern way, has a nice sweetness that's added into that, has some minerality as well, kind of like we just talked about over here with the Valentino. Just top-notch stuff, super easy to wear during the summer especially, and gives you that versatility and that compliment factor, which, to be fair, Acqua di Gio has always been a big attention-grabbing scent profile, which is why it's been a bestseller since forever. Cheaper alternative to this is this right here. This is Raiz by Rabiat Prestige. Oversized bottle, yeah, 6 ounces. Just a big old hog of a bottle. I was watching Tony the Greaser on Instagram. But this is the original version of Profondo, so not this newer version. It's the one that was in the all blue bottle. It's still really nice and pretty cheap. They jacked the price on it a little bit, which sucks. When I first bought this, I think I paid like $25 for it or something, and the price has gone up, which is lame, but you still get 6 ounces, so that's cool. All right, we got 4 more to go. Let's go quick. Guilty Black, same deal. It's green, it's black, it's not blue, but it is blue. And this is almost like the blueprint for what came after it with MYSLF. Doesn't smell the same as MYSLF, but when you smell this fragrance, it has that same clean white floral aspect to it where you're like, oh man, you can wear that literally anywhere. Yeah, it smells awesome. And what's funny about it is it got hated on when it came out. People absolutely ripped on this stuff. A big reason for that is because Gucci had abandoned all like the stuff that came before it, which was so good. Gucci Envy, Gucci Rush, Gucci Pour Homme 1 and 2. But they ditched all that and they were like, nope, Guilty is the vibe now. And so for a long time, anything Gucci Guilty that came out was automatically just like, oh, that stuff is trash. But as far as wearability, versatility, compliment factor, and frankly, sales, Gucci Guilty crushed, and Gucci Guilty Black is really nice. Although this has changed names. Now it's like Gucci Guilty Essence. Bottle looks the same, they changed the name. L'Homme Rochas. This is for the bros who want something cheap, because it is cheap at discounters. And it smells kind of similar to Dolce & Gabbana K to me. Not the exact same, but kind of in that wheelhouse. This fizzy, aromatic tinged blue fragrance vibe, that's what this has. Also has a nice citrus opening, has some pineapple in there as well. Performance is not amazing, but because of the price, you can't really go wrong. You can blast it on heavy if you want to. And side by side, I actually prefer the smell of this to Dolce & Gabbana K. Oof. Moncler Sunrise. Stuff is sneaky good. Only real drawback of this fragrance is you can't usually find it for a great discounted price. It's usually a little bit on the higher end as far as discounted prices go. It's like, you know, 65 to 85-ish, around there, depending on size. It has citrus, pink pepper, a little bit of suede, also vetiver and sage as well. Could remind you of bits and pieces of other really, really big fragrances. So you could find like little bits of Bleu de Chanel, little bits of Sauvage, even little bits of Explorer or Aventus, or just a whole bunch of other things, honestly, like little bits from those. But at its heart, this is its own thing. So when you smell it, it's not close enough that you're gonna go, oh, it's just this plus that. You know, it's not that simple, but you can tell that it's been inspired by a bunch of other big popular fragrances over the years, and the stuff smells amazing. People love this. Mad cheap with the last one, guys, right here. Halloween Man. Hero. Also, I'm gonna do a giveaway. To me, this looks like a popsicle or like one of those suckers that you could get when you were a kid that's shaped like a cone or whatever, and it's like different layered colors. Looks kind of like that. And this smells a little bit similar to Invictus Aqua. Not the original version of Invictus Aqua, but the second version of Invictus Aqua, not the third version of Invictus Aqua, the one in the middle. It's got citrus, it has ginger, it has aquatic notes, hence the aquatic thing, Invictus Aquatic. Also has lavender and amber extreme as well. Price-wise, about 40 bucks. Sometimes you can get it for less. Only drawback, once again, the performance is not insane, but people do really enjoy this one, and it flies under the radar because nobody outside of people that know about fragrances are rocking Halloween Man. You know, any Halloween Man. Even Halloween Man X, which was the most popular one, you know, that's not something your average dude is wearing. So that right there, under the radar, but people love the way it smells. Giveaway time. Office for Men. Fragrance 1, Jeremy Fragrance Style. I was moving some boxes around. I found this right here. I do have like a newer version, so I don't need this one. This was the clear version. You see that? You see there's a little bit missing. I think that's just evaporation over time, but still good. I sprayed it to make sure. So yeah, Office for Men, blue fragrance through and through. And I feel like somebody out there could really use this stuff and wear that bottle out. That sounds weird. So that's the giveaway. It's that fragrance right there. Like the video, be subscribed to the channel, and leave a comment down below. That's your entry. Let me know your go-to blue fragrance for compliments, whatever it is. Doesn't have to be one of these. I'll pick a winner with random comment picker, post it up on the post tab of the YouTube channel. If you're the winner, hit me up. I'll ship that out to you. Good luck. I want to thank you guys for hanging with me. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.